greatest world. Of the greatest world. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest world. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may we rise for the national anthem. Thereafter, UIAA. Of the greatest words, of the articulate words, of the intelligent words, greatest Attah, greatest Gogo, greatest Bibi, greatest please do justice. There should be no distraction, please. Let them call me. There are enough seats to accommodate all of them. Our security personnel, please let them call me, please. I'm not comfortable with that. I am not comfortable with that entrance. Please let them call me. They are part of this program. They are come to celebrate our guest lecturer, who is coming to UI after 37 years of graduating from this wonderful university. I want to thank these are residents of Independence Zone. Am I right and right? Yes. What about Kutio? Yeah? Please sit quietly, quietly. Your Excellency, Bola Tinubu, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Your Excellency, Engineer Sheyi Makinde, NNSA, Governor of Oyo State, and special guest of honor at this memorable event, Chairman of the Education, Area Father of the Day, Vice Chancellor, University of Ibadan, and Chief Host of this event, other principal officers of our university, guest lecturer, and his spouse, Mrs. Attah, members of council, University of Ibadan, members of Senate, University of Ibadan, purpose of the College of Medicine and of the Postgraduate College, deans of faculties and of students, directors of institutes and sectors, heads of departments, acting president, University of Ibadan, Alumni Association Worldwide, former president, UIAA Worldwide, chairmen and members of UIAA branches, chairmen and members of UIAA chapters, our living ancestors, especially UI class of 67, staff and students of the University of Ibadan, our friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of council, Senate congregation, management, executive council, UIAA Worldwide, staff and students of the University of Ibadan, I especially welcome you to the 2025 annual lecture and upcoming field energy security and economic sustainability, the role of Nigeria's oil and gas sector in national development. To be delivered by a wonderful Nigerian, outstanding Olu executive, transformational leader, and visionary in the energy sector, purposeful-driven leader who through outstanding contribution to the industry and society has inspired many professionals and young Nigerians to pursue greatness with passion, experience, strategic, inspired, innovative, respected, committed, exceptional. By the special grace of God, and two people of Owo Kingdom is Aregobadili of Owo Kingdom and Ronnie and London's of the University of Ibadan. The 2025 Alumni Lecturer, Chief Tony Attah, FNSA, NBCO, the West Africa Energy Company in the church. May we rise and put our hands together for our guest lecturer. May we rise as the apprentice of students. Ẹ̀ka ọ̀rọ̀ kan bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ara wa ni bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ara wa ni. Ẹ̀ka ọ̀rọ̀ kan bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ara wa ni bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn. Ara wa ni. Of the greatest Republic is the only meaning on in UI. All of that was dead. Awolowo is dead. Enamiasipo is dead. Sọ̀tàbélò is dead. Menabi is dead. Tẹ́lẹ̀ is dead. Are we together? Thank you. Very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are blessed with the caliber of Nigerians. Lest I forget, Chief Engineer Tony Attah, FNSA. Yes, is a resident of Great Independence. Yes. Area na police now, get a better independence of 37 years ago. Abisa. So as I told you, we are blessed with the caliber of very distinguished Nigerians at this remarkable event. But let me inform you, this wonderful congregation, That today's event embodies a remarkable alignment of vision, impact, and purpose encompassing 4 different elements. And these elements are 1, the delivery of the annual alumni lecture by a very distinguished lecturer, Chief Dr. Attah, FNSA, presentation of the most distinguished award, most distinguished alumni award to our very distinguished Chief Dr. Attah in recognition of his outstanding leadership, visionary contributions, and lasting impact within and beyond this university community. 3. Commissioning of the standard 5% football pitch at 12% turf, a social investment towards enhancing recreational and sporting excellence in this university. And finally, what is uppermost in the mind of our guest lecturer is the launching of an endowment for the brilliant but less privileged students, a reflection of empathy and commitment to nurturing future leaders. May we do that together for our distinguished guest lecturer. The lecturer, sir, the last 2, I think we are completed that. The last 2, sir. The 5%, we are commissioned that, sir. God bless you, sir. Then, okay. The endowment we are going to launch this evening. Sir, we are going to launch the endowment this evening, sir. Somehow. I can read your word language. Okay, I want to leave you the very distinguished ladies and gentlemen, so I told you, we are blessed with many distinguished Nigerians at this lecture. I present to you the lawyer, senior opinion, philanthropist, international businessman, who is interested in ensuring peace and tranquility in Nigeria and continue to work towards it. Ladies and gentlemen, by the special grace of God, the Chief Executive Officer, here is deleted, and distinguished alumnus of UIAA, resident of Kutio, the chairman of today's occasion, Dr. Barrister Allen Ifechuku Oyera. This occasion, sir, the guest lecturer distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me also recognize specially our mother, wife, the partner to our guest lecturer in the sweet journey of life, our sister, mother, and friend, indeed a friend of this university, Mrs. Attah. Before because you are sitting very close to your husband, your husband is very far from you. Instead of addressing your husband as engineer, you not address him as an engineer. This is very far from me. He's 85. But because he's sitting very close to you, he is engineer. Maybe put us together for engineer. FMS. Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is also my honor and privilege to recognize especially and present you this wonderful congregation, a distinguished Nigerian with a background in the petroleum industry, a traditional ruler, and a professor who is associated with the University of Cambridge, public intellectual par excellence, motivator, wonderful judge, His Royal Majesty, Ọba Professor Saka Adelola Matenilola Otuyalo Otileta Semi Yolowu of Owókìtọ́. Because of the grandeur of this lecture and the wonderful people at this wonderful assembly, Kabiyesi is being represented by two high chiefs from Owókìtọ́. I present to you this Akosi of Owókìtọ́ and Akosi of Alárọ̀mí Township, very near the palace at Abeokuta. Chief Ọláníran Ṣófẹ̀dá. Interestingly, Chief Ṣófẹ̀dá is also a distinguished alumnus. I also introduce to you Ààrẹ Oníkòyí I of Owókìtọ́, another distinguished alumnus of this university, Chief Ayọ̀délé Ọ̀jẹ́ládé. Chief Ọ̀jẹ́ládé, ṣé wájú ni àwọn Oníkòyí máa fi gba ọ̀tá ní àdéhùn? Let me further inform you about Kabiyesi Matenilola. He's a traditional ruler who is leveraging his wealth of experience in the petroleum industry and business experience to redefine and transform the roles of traditional institutions in Yoruba land and beyond. We will do that all together. All second for Kabiyesi. Ẹ̀ka ṣe Kabiyesi fún ìyàgbé o. Ṣe Kábíyèsí fún Ọba Professor Saka Adétọ́lá Mántẹ̀lélọ́lá Kábíyèsí o. And to a wonderful host, this wonderful host has stated my university, your university, our university, their university, the University of Ibadan. Scholar, and now the senior leader of UIAA Worldwide, Dr. Ebo Gajir. Where are you, sir? The acting president, UIAA Worldwide. He lectures Reverend Father Moses Attah University, Makurdi, Benue State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly recognize the distinguished presence of Emeritus President, UIAA Worldwide, Dr. Kelly Anthony Emina. I can't see you now. I can't see you. Mr. Chairman, sir, with your kind permission, I will take further recognitions later as I invite the acting president, UIAA Worldwide, Dr. Ebo Gajir, to please step forward and welcome all of us. Mr. President, sir. Greatest UIAA. Greatest UIAA. I'm only getting great this time. And I believe strongly that those sitting here too are greatest. Greatest UIAA. Very good. I want to welcome you to this occasion. This is an event that we started organizing since 1979. And every year, alumni come up with this event to contribute what we have to our community, to the nation, and to the entire world. That's the reason why we are worldwide now. In the year 2019, the year was indeed a very special year. That was the year in which this event occurred twice. And it happened to be that one in our list was also a presenter electoral in that year. He is no other person but Dr. Allen Oyem. So it was a very special year. It has been happening like this. The year Allen came in, we were thinking that is going to be the best of it all. And today we are here. It has not just started by just this time around. It's going to be the best of it again. We thank you and we appreciate you so much for honoring our invitation and being here to participate in this program. I want to especially recognize the guest lecturer. But you see, I cannot just start from me. Let me start from Chief herself. The wife that allowed the husband to come in, and then just only that, followed him to this place. You are wonderful. And I want to appreciate students. Greatest against students. Very good. You are seeing what we are doing, and I believe in the next few months, some of you will not become greatest UIAs. I wish you the best. My members, I thank you. Thank everyone for having faith in UIAA Worldwide. We will not relent, and we will always come out with the best. We will always give you the best, and we insist on the best. We will not step forward. We will always we will not step backward. We will always be stepping forward in order to make sure that the ideas and the knowledge we have here does not go in vain. And that's the reason why today we are here to celebrate one of our own, Chief Attah. We have not yet listened to him, but we know that he has something great to offer. And at the end of it all, we strongly believe we all benefit. And it will be not only to the benefit of the university, it will not only be to our benefit, but it will be to the benefit and development of our entire country. That's the reason why we always organize this event. Welcome, patiently sit, listen to the proceedings, and let these proceedings move you so that you also contribute your own part to the development of our country. Thank you, and may God continue to bless us as we listen to this lecture. Greatest UIAA! Greatest UIAA! Welcome.
I think we can do better for the president who has been worldwide. Mr. Chairman, sir, I distinguished guest lecturer, My Lord spiritual and temporal, ladies and gentlemen, permit me to take another short time out to be recognized in this remarkable and momentous assembly a distinguished Nigerian teacher of teachers, professor of professors, mentor of many generations of medical scientists in Nigeria, Africa, and all over the world. And I appreciate the University of Ibadan, named the College of Medicine Administrative Building after him. I present to you a proud recipient of the Officer Brother of Nigeria, DP Oxford, FNA Med, FA Medicine, FRCOG UK, Foundation Provost, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, and Parliament Medical Director, University College Hospital, at the same time, Emeritus Professor E. Oluwole Akande, OON. He is one of our leading ancestors. Yes. Alumni 1964. Not to take your time, put the camera to that place. Those can get that. Baba, today is the day. One of the leading legends, a medical professor, E. Oluwole Akande, the very person, be the foundation provost, College of Medicine, University of Ibadan, and at the same time, Parliament Medical Director, University College Hospital. That is a record. Dinner book of record, unbreakable record, inimitable record. I want to take a photograph with him. Yes, please walk up to him, sir. And our guest lecturer, madam, please. Okay, here is Professor Akande, Professor Akande.
Just continue from behind.
We are coming here to celebrate excellence in chief engineer Tony Attah. We are equally coming here to celebrate our living ancestors, so that the generations that are coming can be inspired, especially all these young ones, brilliant minds from independent soul and good soul. Interestingly, Baba lived in Attah, and the wife, Professor WorldWide, lived in Windsor. Professor WorldWide Akande is alumnus 1965. Ebi òkòlè tí ìdílé táwọn ọ̀dọ́ wà nígbà náà àdéhùn. From the University of Ibadan Ventures Limited, I recognize and present to you the Managing Director of that Ventures, Mr. Attah. The former acting vice chancellor of this university, a distinguished professor of philosophy and former dean faculty of Arts of Science University, Professor Adebola Ekaola. Where are you, sir? Okay, sir. My name is Olatunji Mohammed Oladejo, former UIAA, former director of public communication of the same university, now the director of the University of Ibadan Publishing House. And the resident of Sokamio. Interestingly, I lived in Independence for 2 years. We the university was never know about it. And I was very active in all the activities in that country. Yesterday that we published a magazine, the Independence, as at that time, sir. So all my friends are still around. So I claim 2 courses in this university. First, Independence, the only living law. Second, please put your hands together for them. They are come here to enjoy their evening with our very distinguished guest lecturer, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Humbly, I invite Chief Dr. Barrister Ale Ifechukwu Oyema, Esquire, the Chief Executive Officer, UIAA, to please step forward and present the chairman's opening remarks. The chairman, sir.
The Alumni Association, the Bachelor of University, acting president of UI Alumni WorldWide, and even the past and present president of UI. Of course, our friends that are here with us today, I can see the immediate past MD of Shell is here with us. He's here with us. And a lot of Tony's friends are out here. You see, we are here today to celebrate Tony. It's not about Alumni today. It's about my bosom friend. This guy is integrity personified. I'm always very proud to tell people that Tony Attah is my friend. I'm always proud to say that. It's not everybody that like identify with. I don't identify with people based on the size of their bosses or the size of their bank accounts. We've come a very long way, a very, very long way. It's somebody you can get his name to the bank. When he tells you anything, he sticks. When you're with Tony, you don't look over your shoulders. So, the UI lecture series, Alumni lecture series, you know, I've discovered that you've been bringing a lot of quality people into the system. So each time he calls, a lot of people answer that call. I think we're going to even make it bigger than it is now. Because you always go out there to pick people of quality to come and give these lectures. And it was my time in 2019, I think, when I gave the lecture on Nigeria and rise of ethnic nationality. And 6 years or so down the line, we are still somehow something problem. Same thing in this country. And this is a very beautiful nation. A country of 378 ethnic nationalities. This should have been our strength. Unfortunately, it's like now a cause. Nigerians are proud to identify themselves from the point of view of the talk they speak, from the point of view of who they worship or how they worship, ethnic and religious nationalism, and this should be. It's a very beautiful nation, we are under one God. And this is what I love about UI. I know some of our friends that are not privileged to have gone to university, but we are sorry. Because people that say that he's not privileged to have gone to UI. I'm sure it's really very bad. It's really very bad. My friend Oma, Tony Attah's wife, and this is my marriage. She's not a great person. Because she attended to her. They like it. I need to marry her. So I can start smiling. And she started to me that, in fact, that was the best thing I've ever had. So, get a better and go that we're not privileged to do it. By association, just make sure you spend a lot of time in here and do it. We give you certificates. Certificate of having attended to her. So one thing is certain, this particular university breeds nationalists. When you pass through here, you forget your tribe. I contested the election in UI against 4 Yoruba people and I won. But I'm from every state. I'm from Anambra State. They didn't say, oh, Oyibo, whatever. Even they saw Oyibo just for jokes, not joke with such things. I'm very proud of this university. And that is why at every point in time, if I'm called upon, I'll use the blessings God has given me to see how I can help me elevate this place. Because it has built us, it has built Tony that not look at you from the point of view of your tribe or your religion. What is happening now in the country, all of us should be professing broad nationalism as against ethnic and religious nationalism. We are one. We can be greater than we are now by professing these ideals that are very godly, not the ideals that tear us apart. Not the ideals that tear us apart. And that is the essence of the education we got from UI. If you look at the history of the student unions in UI and look at those who have manned those positions, they are from every tribe of this country. Because in UI, the Yorubas, they do not discriminate. And the Yorubas, to be honest, are very welcoming people. They are very accommodating people. So all of us felt at home. To be honest with you, I was admitted by the person of Benin and I refused to go to university. I'm sorry. I said unless I got admitted to UI, I'm not joking. So I lost 1 year because I didn't want to go to any other Nigerian university. And God blessed my aspirations and my intentions. And I got UI. And everything has been journeyed very well for me because I went to UI. So some of you here, instead of sending your children to London, US, and all that, you can go to UI. And when we are coming, somebody said, "Are we in another country?" This is, we call UI a city in a city. I don't know if they still produce those cards. Don't you remember those cards? Postcards. The postcards, those postcards. It's referred to as a city in a city. So my fellow students, my colleagues, you're still my colleagues, you're all students. I love you all, and what I will tell you today, what we are coming here to do is not for show. Is to let you see some of your predecessors who have gone out there, made their mark, so that you can aspire to be like them someday. Not about making money, by all means necessary. If it's my own business, some of us will not be here to honor this man because he has gotten to where he is today by all means necessary. So you should show those by all means necessary kind of wealth, like doing Yahoo and doing some other, involving yourself in autism and vices that tend to destroy. So I plead with you to be good ambassadors of UI and continue to identify with you at all times. And for those of you in Kuti Hall, I'm coming to visit you now. When we finish from here, I cannot come to UI without visiting Kuti Hall. So I must go and pay some respect to where I started from. Thank you and God bless you.
My Lord, spiritual and temporal, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, if you want to travel between Abuja, Gatwick, Heathrow, with Airpeace Airline, please contact me. You have to pay for that commercial. I'll remove subsidy on everything that I pronounce. But let me inform this wonderful assembly that Dr. Ale Omowali Oyema. I've done so much, yes. You know what Omowali is? That our child has come back. So we have come back. So I want to rename you. Other documents will remain valid. You are now Doctor, Chief, Barrister, Ale Ifechukwu Omowali Oyema. How many they don't clap for you? They have to clap for you too. The same. You are also Are Obani, engineer, Tony Omowali Attah. Other documents will be valid. Interestingly, this assembly was equally not. Because not many people know what Dr. Oyema had done, and that he had done so much and so well for this university. He remains one of our largest benefactors. After I left the Faculty of Law at the Faculty of Medicine many years ago, I was invited to a great occasion of the donation of an 18-seater bus to the Faculty of Law. Am I right or right, sir? Thereafter, put your, you renovated almost all the blocks under the contrast in solar panel systems. I think you still remember, sir. You even joined us online, you could not attend the event. Thank you so much. We sincerely appreciate what you have done for this university and humanity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me also quickly inform you that there is a particular gate at our main gate. There is a new gate, but during your own time, that may not be that gate, sir. You remember, sir? But that newly constructed gate was given to UI by UI class of 67, being ably represented at this event by another living ancestor, Mama Titi Famobode. I saw yes, Mama Famobode. Please continue to put us together for her and UI class of 67. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, sir, I'm not duly compared at this event as I invite the Media Relations Advisor, the National African Energy Company Limited, Mr. Adidayo Ibushaki, to please introduce all the members of the entourage of our guest lecturer, Mr. Ibushaki, for me, thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would like to thank the University of Ibadan for producing the likes of Tony Attah, the lecturer today, the likes of Alan Oyem as well, the chairman, and all the other illustrious persons that this institution has churned out over the years. My very, very brief task at this time is to introduce, recognize some of the leadership that have accompanied our MD to this wonderful event. First, of course, the number one man, Tony Attah himself, MD CEO, Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, the man being celebrated today, accompanied by his wonderful wife, baby Omar Attah. We have Olukayode Ogunleye here, VP HR Corporate Services. Victor Tijani, General Manager, Brookfield Capital Projects, is here as well. Abdulrahman Rijiyar, CTO Renaissance. Andy Akpembe, GM Transition and Business Integration. Please make welcome as well, Shehu Ibu, GM Brownfield Projects and Engineering. Also here we have Greg Akibi, GM Supply Chain Renaissance. Also here as well is Igor Wedi, GM Relations and Sustainable Development Renaissance. We have as well Meshach Mahimi, CPO Renaissance is here as well. Also making this journey, we have Shegun Adebayo, GM Internal Audit and Assurance. Thank you, Shegun. Darren Payne is here as well, Manager of Corporate Portfolio Planning. We have also Shola Imoyo, GM Wells Renaissance is here as well. In fact, Renaissance is here, literally. All of Renaissance is here. Also here we have Amos Trust, Asset Manager Renaissance. Dave Losik is here, GM Real Estate and Corporate Services. Suruton, the Corporate Manager Corporate Services is here as well. Dr. Akimi Fajala is here also, Health Manager Renaissance. I think my list might be exhausted as far as the leadership of Renaissance represented. There are both of other Renaissance persons here present. And thank you for coming as well. And just before I leave the stage, I would like to appreciate the presence of greatness as well, a wonderful man, the one-time country chair, immediate past country chairman, shell companies in Nigeria, Osami Okubo. Thank you very much, and please enjoy the rest of the evening.
Ìlú Ṣakí, àyájọ́ ìdílé ohun ẹnu ọ̀fẹ́. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite the cultural ensemble from the Department of Theatres, University of Ibadan, for a 5-minute cultural performance. The cultural ensemble from our Department of Theatres, 5 minutes. Here, up there.
Ènìyàn ló pẹ́ kú fìdí bá.
May we put our hands together once again for the confidence level for the Department of Cathedral, Faculty of Arts, University of Ibadan. Thank you so much. Right from the university days, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one thing is peculiar to our guest lecturer and our chairman, and that story is between Tony Attah and Allen Oyema. Allen Oyema of Putio, Tony Attah of Independence Zone. In the history of this university, a few rivalries are as legendary as the football battles between Tony Attah's Independence Zone and Alex Oyema's Kutio. The mere mention of their names conjures up memories of thrilling matches, skillful plays, and unwavering determination. The football field was the stage where these two giants of industry clashed. Am I right, Teresa? Showcasing their prowess and cementing their reputations as exceptional sportsmen. Attah's recollection of Oyema's brilliance on the field is a testimony to the respect and admiration that exists between these two leaders. To defeat the University of Ibadan team or Kutio back then, all you needed was to either injure Allen Oyema or somehow take them off the field. Attah told us this story. This story highlights Oyema's exceptional skills. Today, both men have translated their competitive spirit and leadership skills to the corporate world. Attah, as the managing director and CEO of the Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, and Oyema, as the chairman and CEO of Airpeace, have become icons in their respective industries. I think we can bring them for them. Their journey serves as inspirations to many, demonstrating that with hard work, determination, and passion, one can excel in any field. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, your mentee, Engineer Attah, wants me to please introduce them to you. And those are the important students on the Faculty of Technology, University of Ibadan. They just want to take about Faculty of Technology, wherever you are ready, stand up for recognition and just wait to the guest lecturer.
And of the greatest Attah, greatest Attah, ever conscious gbogbo, ever articulate Shiwo, Luwo, Jewo, and of the greatest Koba.
Thank you. Can I invite Mr. Adedayo Ilushakin, Media Advisor of Insurance, African Energy Company Limited, to please step forward and present the citation on the guest lecturer. As I invite the guest lecturer to please step forward and do citation on the guest lecturer, sir.
Thank you very much. About the event to deliver the citation of the man of the hour. Engineer Tony Attah is a seasoned executive with over 30 years experience in the oil and gas industry. He holds a degree in mechanical engineering from the University of Ibadan, 1987, and an MBA from the University of Benin, 1997. His leadership development includes programs at IMD, Geneva, INSEE, France, Harvard, and Cambridge, alongside specialist training in exploration and production, HIC, business economics, and project management. He began his career at Silver Cement Company in 1988 before joining the Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria, SPDC, in 1991. Over the years, he held various technical and leadership roles, including head of joint venture economics and asset superintendent at Circle Gas Plant. His international assignment with Royal Dutch Shell included leading operational readiness for the sampling project in Russia and overseeing Sub-Saharan Africa's project portfolio. Upon returning to Nigeria in 2009, Engineer Attah served as General Manager, Shell Western Operations and Sustainable Development, and later was Vice President for HSE and Corporate Affairs, and Vice President for Human Resources in Sub-Saharan Africa. He also led Shell Nigeria Exploration and Production Company, SNEPCO, as Managing Director. In 2016, he was appointed Managing Director and CEO of Nigeria LNG, where he led major milestones, including the final investment decision for Train 7, the completion of NLNG's new headquarters, and record production. He has served on several boards, including SPDC, SNEPCO, NLNG, and Body Gas Transport Company. Known for his integrity, strategic thinking, and commitment to talent development, he continues to be a respected voice in the energy sector. And he is married to Mrs. Attah. They have 2 lovely children. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Engineer Attah.
Olowu of Owu Kingdom, Oba Professor Saka Adelola Matamilola, the Oluyalo of Tileta, the seventh, ably represented today by the Sakosi of Owu Kingdom and the Alakoso of Ararobi Owu Township. My chief, you are most welcome. It is very well supported and led by Chief Ayodele Ojelade, the Ààrẹ Oníkòyí one, emphasis on one, of Owu Kingdom. I welcome you, our chiefs. Please send our greetings to His Majesty. I must also recognize the past acting Vice Chancellor of this university, Professor Ekanola. I welcome you and thank you for coming. It will not be complete if I do not recognize my daddy. It's the only daddy I have now. The Pioneer Provost of UCH, Emeritus Professor, Professor Wale Akande, and my dearest auntie, Professor Mrs. Dupe Akande, Professor and Professor inside one house. Thank you for coming on here and to support. I'm really grateful that you could find time to come. I must thank the acting president of the UIAA Alumni Association Worldwide and members of the executive committee of the UIAA Worldwide. There are members of the National Executive Committee also present. I thank you all for making this day possible. I see my greatest Katangites. Greatest Katangites. Just so that the chairman will not be upset. Greatest Kutites. No, wait, you were just invited to eat. Now, what should I have to do? Mr. President, can we move the Kutites to the other side? I must thank my colleagues and friends from Renaissance and from the industry. I see a lot of good people here today coming out to celebrate and support. Gentlemen of the press, this is UI. I bring you warm greetings from the board, management and entire staff of Renaissance Africa Energy Company Limited, and greetings from the people and communities of the Niger Delta. Some of them are here, disguised as Englishmen. They are wearing English clothes. We know Ken Etitin, straight Igbesu representative, but he's here as well. Thank you, my brothers, for coming. Chapti, the former golfer, is also here. But let me start by congratulating our great premier university, the University of Ibadan, for the very successful 77th Founders Day and anniversary celebrations last week. I feel very proud to know that this prestigious citadel of learning graduated a total of 5,900 students this year. 5,900. That is larger than the total student population of most of the other universities. That is why UI is a great university. These are just graduates this year. Of those who graduated, 448 earned first class honors. First class, 448. We never liked those first class boys during our time. But I thank God that we got this far. I must congratulate them anyhow, but I will also congratulate their families and inspire the students who are in here today
Please don't follow our footsteps. Make sure you are part of that 448. I'm very delighted and thankful for the privilege that you have given me to deliver the UIAA Alumni Association's lecture and homecoming for 2025. This indeed is an honor that my family, friends, and colleagues cherish so much, and indeed you can tell by the level of attendance and presence here today. My wonderful and ever supportive wife, she insisted that I must say she's also a chief. Chief Mrs. Attah. Madam, thank you for always supporting me and carrying the family along. But you all know I must acknowledge her because I still have to go back home this evening. It is indeed a very beautiful homecoming already to be back on our campus and walking again on the roads that I walked with my friends and schoolmates over 35 years ago. We all came to this university in the early 80s as young Nigerian teenagers, full of hope, full of dreams, with no guarantee for success. Like any crossroads, this journey could have gone either way. Today, as we drove around the campus, taking in the beauty of our university, beauty so well defined, I could not but reminisce on my time here to notice the infrastructural developments that have taken place since I left over 35 years ago as a young graduate. I see development beyond infrastructure in the eyes of some of the students that I've had the opportunity to interact with during my short time and quick talk. I believe that the beauty of this university is shining more from the people it is developing and the people it has given the greatest opportunity to in life. People like me, people like Chairman Alan Onyema. The opportunity to be so fully developed in a rounded manner, both in character and in learning. I see people like I was 35 years ago, young people with nothing but hope and a dream of a better tomorrow. I am absolutely convinced that if I and several of the great alumni sitting here today could do it, then it is possible for you too, I dare say, to the young graduates, undergrads in the room today. For this, I will personally be forever grateful to my lecturers and to all the non-academic staff who day in, day out sacrifice their all towards the development of people like me. I am truly very grateful and I thank you for welcoming me back. I believe all the lecturers and non-academic staff deserve a round of applause. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this year's UIAA Alumni Lecture and Homecoming is a great opportunity for the ivory tower and the oil and gas industry to genuinely interact and collaborate to add value to our nation's ongoing implementation of strategic actions for socio-economic development. Our government is tackling the revival of our economy from several fronts, including security, socio-economics, ethnicity, religion, socio-politics, and indeed energy. Therefore, the topic for this annual lecture and homecoming, energy security and economic sustainability, the role of Nigeria's oil and gas sector in national development, is very apt because our nation's highest revenue earner remains oil and gas. A sector that itself is also going through energy transition and changing energy mix on a global scale. It is important to note that over 85% of Nigeria's foreign exchange earnings comes from this oil and gas industry. Hence the importance and need to focus on this industry if we want to achieve the requisite escape velocity for our economy to grow and scale. Oil and
gas, and indeed energy, remains the heartbeat of civilization and the survival of mankind. From the coal-powered revolution that bettered industrial Europe to the oil economies of the Middle East and to the renewable transition of the 21st century, energy has always been the catalyst. Energy remains the pulse of progress and the heartbeat of any economy. Ladies and gentlemen, where energy flows, prosperity follows. Where energy is scarce, poverty persists. At its core, energy security means ensuring availability of reliable, affordable, and sustainable energy to power homes, power industries, transportation, innovation, and health, to mention a few. This should make it easy to see the correlation between energy poverty and economic poverty. Nigeria is a land of energy abundance, but we are so energy poor. We are, however, blessed with over 37 billion barrels of proven oil reserves and over 210 trillion cubic feet of natural gas, enough to last for over 40 years, and some of the highest solar irradiation levels on the planet, enough to last till infinity. Yet, we face an energy paradox where millions of Nigerians remain energy poor and by implication remain socio-economically poor as well. The story is not too different in many other parts of Africa, but permit me to focus on Nigeria for a minute. Over 85 million Nigerians, nearly 40% of our population, lack direct access to electricity, something that is taken for granted in other climes. Today, as we speak, Nigeria loses about $29 billion from the implication of not having reliable power supply on an annual basis. Our national grid has a generating capacity of 15,000 megawatts, yet delivers less than 5,000 on average, making it only 10% available for 200 million people. Over 60% of businesses rely on diesel generators, contributing to air pollution and high operating costs, thus impacting consumer prices and fueling inflation. Worst of all, almost 60% of manufacturing costs is directly linked to the cost of energy. Can you just imagine what will happen to the cost of living and overall inflation if we get our energy systems right to reduce manufacturing costs by at least 50%? Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just a technical failure. This is a developmental emergency. Energy is not a commodity. It is the oxygen of modern life. It powers hospitals. It powers schools. It powers homes, farms, and factories, you name it. It fuels innovation, preserves human dignity, and is the much-needed catalyst for restoring hope. Energy is more than electricity. It is the lifeblood of economic transformation, the foundation upon which modern society stands, and the invisible thread that connects innovation, industry, and inclusion. Without reliable and affordable energy, no nation can truly prosper. Now let me bring it nearer home for you. In Makoko, Lagos, a floating community around the Attah area, families live on wooden shacks perched above the Lagos lagoon. At night, the community plunges into absolute darkness, as do many deeply rural communities across Nigeria. Today, children still study with candles and kerosene lamps, inhaling toxic fumes that damage their lungs and shorten their future. These fumes and the darkness limit the hope and eclipse any dreams of those innocent minds in Makoko, where we know actually that there are endless number of talents waiting to be unleashed but unfortunately hampered by lack of access to energy. I'm sure there must be some other macros around Ibadan itself. But let me also tell you about rural Zamfara. Another example where a midwife named Amina delivers babies with the torchlight from her phone. There is no electricity in her clinic, no refrigeration for the vaccines, no power for sterilizing equipment. Every birth in that clinic is a gamble. Think about the converse, however. In other societies, with steady electricity and technologies, doctors can even interact with unborn babies, and sometimes they can even tell the gender of the baby. And I was told in special cases, they can even tell when the baby is happy and smiling to the mother, as part of what they refer to as prenatal bonding. Doctors, prenatal bonding is not an engineering word, but I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. You may all recall the incredible feat achieved by the Nigerian surgeon, Dr. Oluyinka Olutoye, that lives and works in the United States of America, where he took out an unborn baby from the mother's womb and carried out surgery to remove a life-threatening tumor on the baby and put the baby back in the mother's womb for it to be born to term and safety. That's the Nigerian. But we have Nigerian doctors here, and we wonder, perhaps this is one of many possibilities that our own Nigerian doctors can also do, if only we guarantee power supply and steady availability of energy for them to repeat similar feats and perhaps even better. I must also call your attention to one of the main reasons why we at Renaissance Africa Energy believe that we must focus on domestic gas supply to enable energy security and our overall survival as a nation. Think about this most unfortunate data of our dear country, Nigeria, where over 100,000 people die every year in Nigeria. COVID was 4,000 people. And even if you didn't believe the data, you put a factor of 10, that would be 40,000 people. But today, 100,000 people die every year in this country. And painfully so, mostly women and children just trying to put food on the table. Think about that woman with a baby on her back, one child on the left, another on the right, and they walk into that smoky kitchen day in, day out, just trying to feed the family. That smoke destroys their lungs and cuts their hope and cuts their dreams. Why should any woman die just trying to put food on the table? As a matter of fact, why should any woman die just trying to give birth to her own baby? I can go on and hope that you will see the interlink between energy availability and human survival. Ladies and gentlemen, these are not isolated stories. They are the lived realities of over 85 million Nigerians who lack access to electricity and clean energy every day. Energy poverty is not just inconvenient, it is lethal. It kills ambitions, it kills education, it fuels illiteracy, and kills dreams. But while we wallow in our misery of energy poverty in the midst of abundance as Nigerians, the rest of the world is moving on, working their energy transition and the fast-changing energy mix with focus on renewable natural sources of energy like solar and wind. The world and indeed Nigeria will need more energy, likely due to the progressive population growth and the improving functions of people in society with technological advancements taking place today. The global energy demand was projected to grow by about 50% between 2018 and 2050, whereas the global population is forecast to grow by 25% from 8 billion to about 10 billion in the same time frame. In In the case of Africa alone, we will move from 1.5 billion to 2.5 billion, essentially adding another 1 billion people to the continent. But that is just 67% increase for Africa. When you look at the data for Nigeria, it suggests that Nigeria will grow from its current 200 million to 400 million people. That is a staggering 100% population growth within the same time frame. The last time I spoke to this data on Nigeria's number, somebody in the audience actually stopped me and said, Mr. Speaker, these additional 200 million Nigerians you are going to add, I beg you in the name of God, where are they going to stay? It was a very good question. But when we overlay this growth with the predicted prosperity and technological advancement, more phones, more air conditioners in homes, more mobility requirements, greater need for security in society, more manufacturing scope, then it should not be difficult to see the 50% global energy demand projection. The correlation is, however, clear that global energy demand will outpace global population growth, except for Africa, which is exponential growth, likely to need energy even more acutely so. While the world will need more energy, the world no longer needs it at all costs. The world now needs it clean, affordable, and available in abundance. This is the basic philosophy of the energy trilemma that we are currently experiencing. The energy trilemma really is seeking to balance energy security, energy affordability, and energy sustainability. Fossil fuels, oil and gas, have come under sharp criticism over the last 10 years until the recent unfortunate Russia and Ukraine war and other conflicts in Europe, which have been exacerbated by more recent disruptions by President Donald Trump, which has caused the pace of energy transition to slow down. Depends on which side of the divide you are. With the slowdown of energy transition, we all can see the fragility of global energy systems. But coincidentally, this is perhaps the greatest opportunity for Nigeria to reorganize its policies and take advantage to make the best use of our oil and gas resource base while it lasts. And as I often say, there is still coal in Enugu. I pray for that day not to come where we will say there is oil and gas in the Niger Delta, but it's of no consequence and it's of no use. Whereas despite the current realities of global energy systems fragility, environmental extremists will continue to argue for zero fossil fuels in the name of climate change, a debate that is essentially a battle between idealism and pragmatism. Thank God that the current reality makes the push for 100% elimination of oil and gas by 2050 a very difficult and impracticable task. As we speak, people are gathered for COP30 in Brazil, determining our fate. Perhaps, as I said, this is the golden opportunity for Nigeria. The temporary slowdown in the energy transition, coupled with the realization that net zero is no longer net zero fossil fuels. This has given gas a far greater prominence and bragging rights to be labeled as both a transition and destination fuel. It will be through advocacy and technology, all built on the backbone of a strong, committed, and proudly Africa-centric vision and our workforce. Our vision is bold as Renaissance, very audacious, and for me personally, sometimes even scary. We have a vision to be the leading African energy company in the world, to enable energy security and the industrialization of Nigeria, and also to operate in a sustainable manner. To deliver this vision, we will be unapologetic in advocating for policies that reflect Nigerian and indeed African realities. We believe that Africa's energy future must be built by Africans, for Africans, with homegrown solutions meant for us and us alone. Our engineers, our strategists, our community relation experts within Renaissance, and all our Renaissance people, our cultural custodians and catalysts for change. They understand that energy is not just infrastructure, it is identity, and indeed it is life. Early last month, we were in Cape Town, South Africa, at the Africa Energy Week, where we declared our readiness for partnership and collaboration that will help us to shape the future for Africa, where light is a right and not a privilege. Let me take the opportunity to extend this same hand of partnership to you as graduates and to you as the University of Ibadan to join us as we forge ahead, seeking to create the Nigerian and African energy solutions, which I personally believe will be the one key panacea to solve energy poverty and by correlation solve economic poverty. To move Nigeria from potential to performance, ensuring energy security for all, Renaissance proposes an integrated multi-stakeholder strategy built upon the foundational pillars of our vision and the actionable agenda required for industry set. We need to build and modernize our energy infrastructure to strengthen power transmission and the distribution networks to reduce losses and improve reliability. We need to use our abundant natural gas resource base as transition fuel to accelerate gas-to-power generation while scaling renewables like solar energy. But perhaps policy coherence is the sweet spot of the opportunity we have before us. We need more bold, transparent, and adaptive policies. We must therefore align ministries, align regulators and investors around a shared roadmap and vision of an energy secure Nigeria, not hampered by fragmented initiatives as we currently have it today. We need to streamline licensing and permitry to accelerate pace and ease of doing business to the extent that it includes flexibility for investors to freely bring their money and freely take their monies out when they choose. We also need to incentivize the development of renewable off-grid and decentralized energy system as against the one single ring main that we have today, that at any point it breaks, the entire country is thrown into darkness. It is important to note that no energy strategy can succeed without the people. We must therefore empower local governments and youth enterprises to own mini grids and renewable assets. I am very biased towards gas and solar as key sources of energy. Perhaps you already noticed. And I would dare say, every home in Nigeria must have something solar as a source of energy. I was actually very pleased driving into Ibadan and seeing solar panels on roofs and going to my hostel and seeing that the reading room which we just renovated also has a solar power resource base there. Thank you, Mr. Price, for making it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, think about solar powered air conditioners. Think about solar powered televisions. I had a solar powered watch. Think about solar powered refrigerators, cookers that will run based on power from the sun, free of charge. Think about solar powered cars with solar panels on their roofs. Think about phone chargers, solar lamps, and the most basic of electronics that can be powered from our free and from our God-given sun in perpetuity. I will say this. My father-in-law, a retiree of over 20 years, recently found greater peace when he had solar panels and battery banks installed in his house. I have never seen him any happier, knowing that he has now decommissioned his diesel generator and emancipated himself and achieved independence from the hands of his diesel buying cabal and the mechanics who day in day out flees a retiree. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But I'm also aware that the initial capital cost of installation of solar panels and battery banks has come down significantly and will continue to come down with improvements in solar technology and involvement of China in manufacturing of the panels and in the batteries. We should need to co-design solutions with communities and work to train local technicians and entrepreneurs to be able to assemble and install solar panels here in Nigeria for both home and industrial uses, thus creating a new skill base and massive employment opportunity for our teeming youth. This is a university, and I will support the proposal that all secondary and tertiary academic curriculum must, emphasis must, include energy sources and energy efficiency as a mandatory course of study to drive the awareness, knowledge, and deepen understanding of the interplay between energy and economy. At Renaissance Africa, our Africa-centric workforce is a secret weapon and our ace strategy card. They speak the language, they understand the energy reading, they build trust, and we know today that trust is now the currency of transformation. We are currently implementing practical solutions underpinned by our key product streams. Today, we are expanding domestic gas supply to industrialize Nigeria through our multi-billion-dollar projects, such as the ones in Opukushi, Asama to Haji South, and the Semi gas supply, which will feed the Dangote fertilizer that you all have heard about. Our ambition at Renaissance is to deliver 1 billion standard cubic of gas to power Nigeria by 2030, which is just 5 years time. 1 billion standard cubic of gas can power 5 million homes on a daily basis, just to put it in context. We are embedding sustainability at the core of our business by reducing gas flaring and leveraging the Nigerian flare gas commercialization project to enhance uptime of gas supply systems in our associated gas gathering facilities. Ladies and gentlemen, we know that we cannot do it alone. I need you to please join hands with the industry as academia. Bring your cerebral power, your business focus, and commercial acumen to be part of this energy solution that Nigeria needs. The students and the University of Ibadan community cannot afford to just be observers. The next generation of energy leaders, policy makers, and business leaders are already being groomed and trained on this campus today. And on my right, I can see some of them from Independence and a few of them from Kuti. But I must say, your ideas, your innovations, your creativity needs to be the catalyst for startups that will shape the energy grid of tomorrow. We all need to stand up and be counted. Engage with policy. Inspire and build solutions that are bold, inclusive, and scalable. There is absolutely no reason why the energy solutions that this university needs should not be engineered by the Faculty of Technology right here, right now. We need to task our students to come up with more creative and practical solutions beyond the stereotype of just passing exams and graduating only to go and join the long unemployment market queue outside the university walls. UI has grown over the years to take center stage and lead the status of being one of the best universities in the world. The UI Faculty of Technology needs to reposition as the launchpad and incubation center where ideas and creativity come alive in engineering projects that support energy security. Students' projects, and we saw some of them on our way to the faculty, should be given market visibility to attract funding to scale and pivot into marketable products to enhance this university. At Renaissance Africa Energy, we feel very proud to collaborate with institutions like yours, to nurture talent, to incubate ideas, and to scale for impact. This homecoming is a platform and a key opportunities for idea sharing, We need to secure the attention of government at all levels. We need to secure and sustain the attention of policymakers, investors, academics like yours, and indeed the wider society as stakeholders in our energy security mission. Let us use what we have to develop what we need. We have sunlight in abundance. We have gas in abundance. We have the largest oil reserve base in sub-Saharan Africa, and I will add, in abundance. We have all other minerals any nation needs to become great, but all these must be curated and integrated to form the energy solution base we need to become the true giant of Africa, not just in name, but in socio-economics. Let us build a Nigeria where energy is no longer a bottleneck, but a bridge to survival and indeed existence. A Nigeria where energy fuels not just machines, but it fuels dreams and hopes of our people. In closing, let me congratulate the distinguished alumni of the University of Ibadan, and to thank you specially for making this homecoming a reality for me, my friends, and my family. While we are reminding ourselves of the path we trod here, we should also interact and inspire the current students to laudable heights in their studies and research work. Please allow me to leave you with this one thought. The future is not something we will enter. No. The future is something we must create. And the energy future of Nigeria and indeed Africa will be shaped not by chance but by choice. Let us choose inclusion. Let us choose innovation. Let us choose to be part of this solution. Let us choose to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, let the true African Renaissance begin. We are Renaissance, we are made in Nigeria and built for Africa. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, sir, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Renaissance African Energy Company Limited is made in Africa. Renaissance is made in Nigeria. Renaissance is made in UI. Well delivered in a refreshingly different manner, well internalized. Our lecturer has been able to analyze all the variables involved in collaboration between the town, GAN, and the industry, especially in providing implementable solutions to the issue of energy security, economic sustainability, the role of Nigeria's oil and gas sector in national development, and that is the essence of this platform. We have been able to live up to the expectation. May we put our hands together in an order, deserving manner for the lecturer
2025 annual Alumni Lecture on the University of Ibadan Alumni Association. We are entirely grateful to you, sir. You have done so much and so well at this lecture. And when you have an excellent speech from somebody who is excellent, delivered to an excellent audience, that speaker must be referred to as His Excellency. And the wonderful audience must be referred to as their excellencies. From your excellencies to His Excellency, may we have another round of applause for His Excellency, Engineer Chief Attah, FNSC. God bless you, sir. You are the pride of this university, and not only the ambassador. We are proud of you, sir. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite where is Dr. Akidele? Please step forward, join me here.
Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our royal fathers. Greatest UIs. Greatest UIs. Greatest of the greatest of the greatest of the greatest UIs. Thank you so much. It's been a very interesting lecture that we had, very beautiful day, lovely faces. We'll go to the presentation of awards now. I would like to call upon the acting president of UIAA Worldwide, Dr. Gajiri, to please come up so we can guide these proceedings. The first award will be the presentation as a guest lecturer at the 43rd UIAA Alumni Lecture. And this award will be presented to our guest lecturer, sir. Please, would like me to come up and Madam, please join. Thank you very much. This award will be presented by the chairman of today's occasion, Chief Dr. Allen Oyema. Thank you very much.
Yeah, coming in. It's a great honor and privilege for me to hand over this presentation to you. It says, that's all about the Alumni Association Worldwide, award of appreciation presented to them to Attah, FNSC, when you have started the presentation and impactful insights as guest lecturer. Yes, that was a wonderful lecture. And from the third UIAA Worldwide Alumni Lecture, I am on the 1st of February 2005 at the WorldWide Secretariat in Ibadan, signed by Dr. Gajiri, acting president of WorldWide. This is very deserving. For your information, my wife is my chairman.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. The next award to be presented is that of Worldly Distinguished Alumnus. And this award is an institutional award by UIAA Worldwide. And it's a past president that will lead in presenting this award. I will call upon Professor Kemi Emina, past president. UIAA to be assisted. To be assisted by the acting president in the honoring our guest lecturer.
Business rights. Only the dean can come on to the dean. The second guest lecturer is Miss Norman, alumni lecturer, because he's one of us. We thank him for representing us and projecting our image of excellence beyond boundaries. He's done it so well. He's done it so well. We are very proud of him, and we know that his coming today will stimulate the former group managing director of Shell to take a diploma course in UIAA. In doing this, we thank Chief Attah as is awarded. 2 years ago, he was awarded the World Ambassador of University of Ibadan. Never did we know that today we'll be giving him the most distinguished alumnus award. There are quite few. I don't know why it's one of them. Tell that person, please, the distinguished alumnus here, nobody. So, on behalf of the WorldWide Council, University of Ibadan organization, we confer today the most distinguished alumnus award of the University of Ibadan. In giving that award, the MBA award, we expect that it will form part of examinations. FNIS, MBA. Let people ask, what is MBA? University of Ibadan. Well, University of Ibadan, the best and the best. May God give us. Thank you very much. This award is presented by the WorldWide body to thank you for being a worthy representative and ambassador of our university. More and more coming. This is also to the most distinguished alumnus. This flag of honor for most distinguished alumnus award is presented to Chief Attah in recognition of your exemplary leadership and outstanding appointment of the University of Ibadan alumni values, as demonstrated through your transformative contributions to the oil and gas sector, presented today by UIAA Worldwide, 21st October 2025.
Just a minute, sir. Mr. Chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, when you get to the clinic of any medical doctor and they write their prescriptions for you, hardly can you read. But when they write their bills, you will. They write it, you lose it. But I won't allow Professor Oluwole to write any prescription for me this evening. Neither will I allow him.
Baba has gone.
Baba is here.
Àbí o fẹ́ kẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ bíìlì fún mi lé. But I want to give you a mini assignment, nothing serious, sir. It has nothing to do with me writing, no prescription, nothing. Other than for you to honor our alumni lecturer, very job well done, with a traditional gift of what to represent in Ibadan, University of Ibadan. And he also prides himself in Ibadan tradition and culture. Mama Famobody, where is she? Please join us. Please join us, ma. To honor our alumni lecturer, Chief Tony Attah, FNSA MBA UI.
The chairman of this exhibition, distinguished lecturer, wife of the lecturer, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to present this traditional Oyo State the drum is so well recognized. The deserving president from the University of Alumni Association to the distinguished University 2025 Alumni Lecturer, Chief Tony Attah. Thank you very much.
Interestingly, please, no. You can go back, only you. I'm at the R50. Others, you can take your seats. Honestly, I did what I should not do. The Nigeria's policy on childbirth is for our family. But for me, I think I have about 6.